Hey guys, so some people are asking me, hey Leo, you turning bullish on the market? No, I'm not fucking turning bullish on the market, guys. Come on, y'all. You know better than that, okay? The madness of the insanity of the markets only propel me to short the market with bigger positions, okay? So what has transpired in the last few days is we've seen the greatest fucking catalyst of all times that could have propelled the move expansion to the downside, but yet it did not happen yet. Okay, just because Rick Reeder, the CEO of BlackRock, is so bullish on fucking half of the population in productivity in the United States doesn't discount the conventional economy falling apart and collapsing. There's going to be some repercussions of that. And even if you examine the technology space, which BlackRock clearly is so excited about, I mean, again, there's companies like Oracle and there's companies like SNPS, which is down 120 points at this guys. I mean, those 40 cents options are now worth like $40. I mean, maybe a little shy, depending on where the stock opens tomorrow. But if it opens where it is now, I mean, these 40-cent options, they were like $80 out of the fucking money. These options, guys, are now, and I'll admit, okay, we only bought a little bit at 40 cents. We like to, spread the strike prices close to the money, slightly out of the money, and way out of the money, just in case we do get the true move expansion, as we're getting now with Synopsys shares after hours. So the point is this, okay, just because CEO of BlackRock is going to go and put some bullish stock in the media, that doesn't make me bullish on the market, okay, because the charts, the divergences still point to a huge move expansion potential to the downside. Now, sometimes, and you know that if you trade oil with me, what do I tell you about oil all the time? The biggest drops in oil come when? Right off that big bounce. So like when I see a huge bounce on oil, what do? I short it. We short it with fucking, insane level of energy and intensity. We short oil when it bounces. So for example, if you did that today and you laser focused on your entry on the bounce, oil went to 63, 67 on the bounce. Okay, if you shorted the bounce anywhere within 20 cents within that bounce from the top, guys, I mean, those trades went 8x. If you had 63 and a quarter, 63, 62, 75 strikes, they all went 8x. So, I mean, the opportunity to make those kind of trades on oil, they are there. I mean, arguably those oil options are the most severely underpriced options in the world. Options on oil are priced right now as if oil cannot move 50 cents to the downside. In reality, oil's been making $1.50 type of moves on daily basis consecutively on like the last 20 sessions, which all leads us to believe that oil is about to make an enormous size move to the downside. I wouldn't be shocked if oil went to 56, guys, this fucking week, okay? And this is September 9th, so by Friday, today's Tuesday, so by Friday, oil could be at 56. I mean, that is a humongous move from current level. As I'm recording this, oil is just shy of 63. So the point is, in order to capture these moves, okay, what do? You short the bounces. What do? You laser focus on the moves, okay? And what I mean by that is market structure right now is such that nothing moves for 23 hours. The biggest part of the daily move happens either, pre-market, and then the rest of the day, the market is not doing anything, and then it happens in the last hour of the trading session. That's where the move, those are the time frames where the move actually been expanding, which normally we wouldn't call it a move expansion, but just, considering that for the whole day, the market is like plus minus fucking 5 points. I mean, the times when the market does dip 15, 20 points or does bounce 15, 20 points, that is a move expansion in relation to what the market does throughout the trading session. So Normally, we make the big trades on swing trades, the overnight trades, holding positions for, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading sessions. That strategy now is out of the window. Not the strategy of shorting the bounces, but your timing of your entries and exits. You don't necessarily want to, get in and hold for a number of days. What you want to do is laser your entries and exits, just like the example I gave you with oil. You wait when the fucking bounce comes and you short. Because when oil bounces, there's like a 99% probability it will go lower. That same day, same hour, okay? There's not an instance recently where oil bounced and it didn't drop within the same hour. Not a single fucking instance in like last 2 weeks. So the point is, oil's going to bounce and oil's going to calm down. And if you're bearish on oil, ideally you don't want to short it on the drop. So because again, we're not looking. It's fine to short stuff on the drop if you get an oversized move like 3 points or 4 points on oil, which is huge. But if you're focused on this like $1, $1.50 a day on oil, that's enough to make 5 to a 9x trade. The only condition is you gotta laser focus on your entry. So the overall strategy of shorting the bounces does not change. What changes is that the biggest move is going to come within the shortest time frame of the day. So your goal as a trader is to identify that time frame of the day on whatever you're trading and just target that time frame, opposed to getting a position and waiting for a multiple day move in the same direction. Every time the market recently began to drop, it stalled. It drops, it stalls. It drops, it stalls. It drops, it stalls. Now, I'm sure we're going to break out of that sort of market structure, in not so distant future. I would say we're going to break out of that market structure in the next 10 days. But, for the time being, because when the market doesn't move for 23 fucking hours, your options are just sitting there and decaying. So, for that reason, going with 2, 3, 4 days of targeting a larger move, that's not the stuff that's been working in the last few days, okay? But we could be going back to that at any moment, guys, because just because BlackRock CEO is bullish out of his mind on some shit does not mean that the market is not going to fold the fuck out tomorrow. Does not mean that the market is not going to fold the fuck out ahead of the Fed meeting or right after it. So what I said in the prior podcast, it is very important that the market begins to move. Okay, it's the move. With directional options, you need the market to move. That's the only help you need from the market to make money as a trader. Okay, and either way, if Supreme Court is going to refund, all the tariffs they're going to take, it sure is going to create an outsized move to the upside. That's beautiful. The question is, how long is this shit going to last? Sure. Shorting an oversized bounce is always easy because there is always a pullback. And considering the current options pricing, that shit is easy. You can make big money on a very small size move. And an example to that was, Friday. But look at these stocks like S&PS that's collapsing after hours. There's stocks, even though NASDAQ is making all-time highs, there's stocks within the NASDAQ that are making, 5-month lows. So, guys, what I'm saying is, it's the indexes that have been lacking the opportunity. Stuff like oil, like gold, it's been moving nicely. Like today, you could have made good money on both oil puts and gold puts, okay? Because I think what happened today, what's transpired today is pretty easy. The despite of the greatest catalyst for the market to make it move expansion to the downside on the job revisions, it actually held in strong. So people were collecting their cash from gold, which, guys, if you listen to all the podcasts, I told you way before anybody else did that oil was going to move, how many? 200 fucking points within the week. That's exactly what gold did. But I told you that way before they were talking about this shit in the news. Okay, and now people are cashing out of gold, putting money back in NASDAQ. And, you know, that could be just temporarily. But the point is, you could have shorted gold, you could have shorted oil, and you could have made money on both of them as long as you shorted them on the bounce. So if you're not getting traction in your account, it's the entries, guys. It's the entries at the exits. You got to laser focus them, especially in these. I mean, this environment is not easy to trade, but it is possible. And the reason why it is possible to trade is because options are dirt cheap. They're dirt underpriced. But if you miscalculate your entry, it's fucking over. So, because they're going to sit there and they're going to decay, and by the time the move comes, even if you're correct in the size of the move and everything goes to according to the plan, then by the time the targets are hit, well, guess what? I mean, you're making very little, or you're not making shit, because options have decayed so much in the process as a result of how much you paid for them today versus how much they are by the time the target price hits tomorrow. I mean, it's, you know, the options are decaying right now at the speed of light. I've never seen anything like this in the last 20 years, guys. So you got to be really, really laser focused on your entries and exits. So trade with a coach for entries and exits, guys. Get in touch with me. I'm telling you, the market is actually getting really exciting here. Despite of the fact that we didn't get a move expansion in the last 3 days when it was absolutely due to happen, I sure hope that we're going to fucking bust the fuck out higher and get a really nice bounce. And sometimes that's what's required, right? Sometimes the market structure requires to break to the upside before it collapses. This could be the missing ingredient at this point. Just like I said, when we trade oil, all of them bounces, all of them good sized bounces in oil, they resolve into major drops. And I think maybe the market is just missing that component. So Recruiter, BlackRock pumping the technology sector today. I mean, this could be, exactly what the market needs for a huge drop just ahead. So yeah, we're not turning bullish. Absolutely not. Not when the real economy is collapsing. Because it will impact everything. And when Wall Street decides to unwind their positions, which, by the way, I mean, Wall Street can be bullish today. Tomorrow they could be bearish as fuck, and they could be already unwinding their positions. So the point is, you miss one day in this sort of market environment, and you could be missing, you know, a 50x, 100x trade. So guys, don't fucking miss it. That's the message. But you gotta laser focus on your entries and exits, and trading with a coach can definitely help you do that, guys. So get in touch with us. You know how to do it. And don't miss this tremendous market opportunities. Man, the shit is looking really exciting. If the market begins really moving the way it used to, guys, I mean, it is amazing. The number of guys are about to go to 1 million plus here at 30 Market Moves is absolutely gonna astound everyone, okay? And it's gonna be a big fucking surprise how many guys are about to hit 1 million plus with 30 Market Moves. Let's roll.